Representative Laura Wiley.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here today, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. It's a pleasure to introduce to you a bill entitled Tax Credits for Children with Special Needs. This legislation, simply put, is about providing the best educational opportunities for children who require differentiated instruction. It allows a refundable tax credit of $3,000 per semester for a child whose educational needs are best met outside of the public school setting. Let me state emphatically, our special education teachers are some of the most dedicated, talented, and accomplished educators in our system. However, there are children whose disabilities or needs are so unique or complex that they are best served in an alternative setting or a specialized program. A child from a wealthy home can take advantage of these private educational settings. A child of lesser means cannot. This bill addresses this need. No child should be left without the opportunity for the best specialized educational program because of financial need. We do get the argument. What about simply improving the public education system? This bill does that as well. Excuse me, I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this. The state wins with these tax credits. The average expenditure for a child in public school for a special needs child is about $8,300 a year. With tax credits for children with special needs who are the most expensive to educate, the government would actually save thousands of dollars a year if a family decided to use this program. Estimates by Fiscal Research show that a tax credit would save the state of North Carolina, the state, about $6 million yearly, and will also save counties about $5 million yearly. This bill sunsets after 5 years, guaranteeing that the tax credit will have an opportunity to prove its effectiveness and be reevaluated at that time. In other words, no one loses with this bill. Families with students with special needs will finally get the help they need. We're predicting about 1,800 students with special needs will be provided the credits worth $10,800,000 per year. The public school system will be able to save time, energy, and taxpayers will be able to see their hard-earned money more efficiently and productively spent. 800 people were polled about their support of this bill. 800. 83% responded that they would like to see this bill passed, one of the highest positive response rates ever polled by Civitas. It's about time we show our special needs children that we are serious about providing the best educational opportunity for them. Thank you very much, and thank you to Representative Stamm, who has worked so hard on this bill, and to Representative Randleman for her wise and keen input on this as well.
You may not know Representative Wiley is a special ed teacher and has brought that expertise into this project. Let me elaborate on two things that she said. One is, how do we know that the state will get the benefit of the savings? What the bill provides is that every time a credit is used for a parent leaving the public schools to do a private school or placement, there's a $2,000 transfer to DPI for services exclusively for children with special needs beginning in the second year, and that's permanent. Secondly, she mentioned poll by Civitas. I also would mention that the other side has a firm, PPP, Public Policy Polling, that also did a similar poll about a year ago and found, again, in the 80 to 85% support across all demographic groups, across all ideological groups, all partisan groups, all ethnic groups. It's in the 80% approval rating. Be glad to take your, Senator Berger, do you want to say anything before I take questions?
I would just briefly say that the proposals that have been outlined illustrate that our focus in education should be on what's best for students and what's best for parents and families. And if we keep that focus on students and parents, then we can't help but improve public education. When we're focusing on the bureaucracy and what's good for the bureaucracy, it seems to me that we lose a great deal in public education. And these proposals actually get the focus where it needs to be.
Thank you. Your questions, and I'll try to direct them to the right place. Josh,
On the,
State Government Radio. I'll advertise your operation.
on the tax credit for the special needs children, what's been the reaction from folks at DPI?
This year they haven't had a reaction. Last year, this actually was proposed, House Bill 388, and in the Senate, it was Senate Bill 2079, sponsored by Senator Graham, Malone, and Goodall. Senate Bill 2079 is almost identical to this. DPI, I haven't heard too much from them, but what happened last year was the Teachers Association unloaded on it at the last second and made some of the sponsors leery about proceeding in an election year. So we're hoping that we're not in an election year now, and that we'll be able to mute some of that criticism. And we're in discussions with the Teachers Association, I believe, is that correct, Laura, to try to convince them that this actually is good for students